as you all know, those who come to my classes, they're always interactive. And so I will be asking some questions and wanting to hear your answers. And so we'll unmute you, or you can unmute yourself if you're ready to answer one of the questions. Okay, so Emma, Brenda, and others that join, I want you answering the questions that I have, okay? So we're going to start. And we are here on Tish'a BeAb. The Beit HaMikdash was destroyed, and it's our holy temple, okay? The Beit HaMikdash was Hashem's home. It was a place where we were able to connect and get closer with Hashem, and we still try to have that connection with Hashem through prayer, but it's not the same. It would be much, much stronger if we had the Beit HaMikdash. Now, here's the first question. Does anybody know why the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed? Now just raise your hand. I can see whoever has their camera on, I can see. Okay. Does anybody know why the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed? Okay, Brenda.
Okay. So once a very rich man had a party, and there was two people. They both had they had almost the same name. He sent a servant to and he hated one of them, and he liked the other one a lot. He sent the servant to invite one of them to a party he was making, and the servant got the wrong name, and he got very and the man they hated came to the party instead, and he yelled, and the man who was hosting the party yelled at him to get out, and he was very embarrassed. So he went to the Romans to tell them to tear down the Beit HaMikdash.
So you're giving us an example, a story of two people not showing kindness to one another and for no good reason, right? Exactly. And the Hebrew word for that is called sinat chinam, baseless hatred. There's no base, there's no real reason to not be kind to another person. So beautiful story, Brenda. Thank you for bringing that up. Welcome, Joyce and Marilyn. So we're talking about why the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed, and Brenda gave an example of two people not being kind to one another and not liking each other for no good reason, okay? Now, the opposite of hating someone is loving someone, right? Being kind to another person. Now, in Judaism, kindness to another person is not a choice. It's not an option. To be kind is what it means to be a Jew. It's part of making the world a better place. And so how can we rebuild the Beit HaMikdash? By being kind to other people. How? There's 3 ways, and I'm going to share my screen to show you a picture to help you get a better idea, okay? Here we go. The first is with everyone sees the slides? Put a thumbs up. You see the mind, the brain? Yes, okay. So the first way that we can rebuild the Beit HaMikdash is by being thoughtful about our thoughts, okay? By judging favorably. Hold on. Okay. So the first is with our mind, by judging favorably. Now we're going to talk more about what that means, but first we're going to go through the 3 ways we can help rebuild the Beit HaMikdash. And the first is with our thoughts, okay? Then, after we think something, it leads to our words in our mouth. And King Shlomo says in Mishleh, life and death are in the hands of the tongue. We're going to talk more about what that means. But first it starts with our mind, our thoughts, what we're thinking, then leads to what we say, and then it leads to how we act with our body. So mind, mouth, and body. The world stands on 3 things, and Torah, Avodah, and Chesed. Chesed is what we're going to be talking about, because that's another part of what makes the world a better place, and that's how we can rebuild the Beit HaMikdash. And so I'm going to give you an example and show you right here how it all leads to one another. So if you think, I don't like that girl's outfit, it could then lead you to say and feel, I don't like her. And then it can lead you to act on that and not include her. And that's how you get baseless hatred. That's how you start not liking somebody for no good reason, because you thought something silly, and then you said something, and then you acted on it with your body, and you didn't include her. And so that's an example of how all these are connected. Now, we are going to go through each one. We're going to start with our mind, okay? Judging favorably. What does it mean to judge someone negatively? Can anyone give an explanation for what it means to judge someone negatively? Joyce.
It means like when you're telling somebody, they already know this, let me not tell them.
Okay, so you're thinking they know, can you explain more?
It means when you're judging somebody on their clothes, like, oh, your clothes are so dirty.
Okay, so you're thinking, so maybe you're saying like you're thinking something that's so nice, but you don't really know what happened.
You don't really know what happened.
Yeah.
You're judging somebody, but you don't actually know what happened.
Exactly. You think someone did something, or you think somebody said something, and right away you start thinking, I know why they did that, or I know why they said that.
You don't actually know why they did it.
Exactly. We don't really know the full story. We don't really know the full truth. So here's an example, and I'm going to need your help soon. Let's say a good friend passed you in the hall without saying hello. Right away you could think and judge them and say, oh, that's so not nice. She's so not nice because she didn't say hi. Or she's mad at me. Now she's mad at me. She didn't say hi. But we don't know the full story of what's going on. We need to turn the judgment thoughts off and instead think to ourselves, starting with the word maybe, okay? I'm going to give you the first example and then I want to hear from you. So your friend passed you in the hall and she didn't say hi. Instead of thinking she's mad at me, maybe we could think, maybe she didn't see me. Maybe, what's another maybe for that example? What's another maybe?
Maybe she's upset at me.
Okay, maybe she's upset at me and then we can maybe talk it out. I don't have to get so upset at her. I don't know why. Maybe I can ask her nicely. What's another maybe? So a girl passed you in the hall. She didn't say hi to her friend. Maybe
she had a bad day.
Oh, I like that one. You're right. Maybe she had a bad day. And you know what? If she had a bad day and she didn't say hi, okay, I'm going to let it go. Right? It's not so important. We need to take away the thought of, oh, she's mad at me, oh, she's not nice. Maybe she had a bad day. Maybe she didn't see me, and that's okay. So that's good. You're, Joyce and others, you're thinking, trying to put yourself in her shoes, trying to think what she's thinking about. Sometimes we don't even know, though, what's happening in their head. So we have to just not judge someone and let it go. And in Judaism, to be a Jew, right, it says we have to give people the benefit of the doubt. We have to keep an open mind and remind ourselves that we don't know the whole story. We don't know what other people are dealing with. There are things we don't know about, that we don't know about. Now, why does that help us? Why is that going to make us better people by not judging someone? Sure. Cerise.
Because I read it's not so nice.
It's not so nice. And will we feel good if we started judging someone, like with the girl that didn't say hello in the hallway, right?
He's gonna be even angrier.
Yeah, what if now you think, oh, she didn't say hi, she's mad at me. Now you're going to be all upset, and maybe you're going to talk Lashon Hara, and maybe you're going to start a fight. Where if you just said, oh, maybe she's having a bad day, then there's no fight, right? There's no argument. You're more at peace, you're happier. There's nothing to talk about, right? So by thinking this way, we're pushing that sinat chinam, hating somebody for no reason, further away from us because we're not thinking those judgment thoughts. Hi, Esther, welcome. So that's the first step, is our mind judging favorably, okay? And that will keep us away from baseless hatred and bring us closer to building the Bet HaMikdash. But now the next step, right, after what we think is what we say. And King Shlomo said, Life and death are in the hands of the tongue. While a person speaks about 40,000 words a day, they can be both negative and they can be positive. So I want to hear from you guys. How can we use our words in a positive way? Raise a hand. How can we use our words in a positive way? Marilyn.
Like to give compliments, and like you can like playing a game. You could say like nice job and nice game, or like you can make people like feel good about.
Beautiful. You can make somebody feel good with a compliment. You said nice job, and you're encouraging somebody. You can encourage someone, which makes them feel good and keep trying harder. Joyce, did you want to add to that? Okay.
But you could say, like, let's say somebody's feeling sad. You could say, why are you sad? And like they tell you, and you could say, no, you didn't do anything.
So you're talking about comforting somebody. So that's beautiful. You could comfort somebody, you can compliment somebody, you can encourage someone. Those are all ways we can use our words in a very positive way. Beautiful examples. And what's a way we can use our words negatively? How can we use our words in a negative way? Joyce?
You could say, in a negative way, you could say, oh, you didn't do a good job. Like, you did a horrible job.
So not, right? So hurting someone's feeling or teasing them.
I don't like you. You're the worst.
Right? So not making them feel good. Right? Lashon hara, right? Talking behind someone's back. That's using our words in a negative way. Anything else? Okay, or embarrassing somebody. Those are all ways that we can use our words in a not nice way, in a negative way. Marilyn?
Also like to brag and be disrespectful.
Yes, I like that too. You're right. There's a way that we can brag and be arrogant. We've been talking in our classes about being humble and then being arrogant. And being arrogant is bragging and talking about how you think you're so amazing. And that's not the best way to use our words, right? We want to be humble. Beautiful. And so you have the power with your words to make someone feel alive. And you have the power to also, and the choice to really hurt somebody. And that's what King Shlomo means when he says that life and death are in the hands of the tongue, meaning your mouth has that power, okay? I want to also add that it has a ripple effect. So by using your words for the good and making other people feel good, and you can brighten someone's day with a hello, right? And say hello to somebody. And just because you put them in a good mood by saying hello, the next person will want to say hello to the next person. And it keeps going and going. So you don't realize that just by saying hello to one person, many other people that day could feel so good because that person also said hello to the next person. So it has a ripple effect. And the same thing can go with someone who says something negative. If you put somebody in an icky mood by saying something unkind, right? They won't. Maybe they won't.
They're gonna not nice, and then they're gonna be in bad mood, and then they're gonna spread the bad mood.
Exactly, and it keeps going and going. And so when you choose to use a kind word or a positive word, it really affects so many people, not just one person. And that's also why it's so important to use our words in a positive way. Okay. Now I want to add one more thing with words, that it's powerful to use our words for the good, but besides those that are close to us, we have to also open our eyes to those that we don't even realize. For example, like a crossing guard or a mailman or mailwoman or a cashier at the grocery store. We should say hello and ask them how they're doing. Tell them, thank you for your service. You can even ask them a question about their job. You can brighten their day with just one hello. And it shows that you care about another person. And that's how it makes the world a better and kinder place. So we started with our mind, what we're thinking, and not judging somebody. Then we're talking about our words, our mouth and our words. And now we're going into our body with our actions. We said the world stands on three things: avodah, Torah, serving Hashem, learning Torah and chesed, doing chesed, it keeps the world alive. Okay, we need each other. And there's two ways. We can give tzedakah, right? Or with our actions. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. Who can we do chesed for? What kinds of people? There's so many different kinds of people we can do chesed for. Marilyn.
You could say for like people in need, like special children's center, like people that are old and like people that need food.
So people that need food, that are elders, people in the special children. What else? Even our siblings we can do a chesed for. Even babies by making them happy. Even
also friends and family.
Say that again, Marilyn.
Family.
Friends.
And family.
And family. Good, I'm happy you said that. Our parents, our family, our friends, our siblings, strangers. We can do chesed for so many different people. Now, I have another question for you. What is a chesed we can do with our body parts? So, for example, with our legs. What's a chesed we can do with our legs? And I'm going to give you one example. Run to help somebody. What's another example? Joyce.
You should run and help somebody if they're feeling sad, if they're just sitting there and looking sad. You should say what happened.
Okay, so now you're going into our mouth. A chesed we can do with our mouth. You can say what happened and you can show that you care about a person. But also our legs, you can run and help them. Marilyn.
You could help like olders cross the street.
You can help olders cross the street. Beautiful. Cerise.
You could
What? Oh.
You could help people like if they need you.
Yep, you can help somebody if they need you. Joyce.
You would kick somebody the ball if you're playing soccer.
Oh, and you're trying to include them? Maybe they have to get on the ball. I love that. What about our hands and our eyes? Let's start thinking about that.
Oh.
Our eyes, I'm thinking if you see someone who's sad. What's another one? Cerise?
If someone fell on the floor, picking them up with your hands.
Helping somebody come up from the floor if they fell. Beautiful. Who else is raising their hand? Marilyn?
Are we doing eyes?
Yep, eyes, hands. Yep.
So eyes, you could see the good in everyone.
Beautiful. You can see the good in everybody. And then
hands, you could like give tzedakah or cook for someone.
I love it. Exactly. You can give tzedakah. You can cook for somebody. Joyce, last one.
If let's say somebody's alone, you could look and say, "Are you okay?"
Right. You can notice that somebody's alone and they need company. They need comfort with somebody there. Beautiful. So I wanted you guys to see how all our body parts can be used for chesed and think about it in a different way. And just like our words lead another person to say something nice, our good deeds, our actions lead somebody else to do another good deed to another person. And so to wrap all of this up, I want to end by saying the Shabbat after Tish'a BeAb. So this upcoming Shabbat is called Shabbat Nachamu, and it means the Shabbat of comfort. So how can we bring comfort to others? As we said, with our mind, our thoughts, by judging favorably and not making a negative judgment, but giving people the benefit of the doubt and starting our sentence with maybe. And with our mouth, by using kind words to those close to us, but also to others, to bring peace and happiness and unity to the world. And through our body, through acts of loving kindness. So through all of those, we have the power to rebuild the Bet HaMikdash and make the world a better and more kinder place. So I want to thank all of you for joining today, learning how to rebuild the Bet HaMikdash. And you have the power today to go out using all those ways. And I really hope that the rest of the day goes great for you guys and that you are able to listen to more classes And thank you for coming. And if you don't have to leave right away, you could say bye, you could unmute yourselves.
Bye.
Thank you for participating.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Danielle, I'm going to eat her alive. No. She's you raising her hand.
His co-teacher.
Terry,
Hi. Hi, Terry.
how you feeling?
Marilyn, you were so good.
Marilyn, really thank you for participating. You and Joyce are rolling.
They're so cute.